Modernization pre-trip using the vehicle checkoff list of all safety critical items. We are inspecting the front of the vehicle and the engine area. As I approach the vehicle, I am going to look down the left side of the vehicle and the trailer, and I'm going to go back and look at the right side of the tractor and the trailer, make sure they're all level. If they were leaning to the left or the right, that would be an indication of a suspension issue. Also, as I start approaching the vehicle, move a little bit closer, I'm going to look under the vehicle for leaks or puddles that may be coming from the engine or the transmission area. As I move a little bit closer, I'm going to check all the lenses. I want to make sure all lens covers in the front of the tractor is the proper color, amber for the clearance lights and clear for the headlights. They must be clean, not broken, and none are missing. Now we're going to check critical fluid levels. I'm going to open up the hood. On this tractor, the coolant reservoir is on the passenger side. Coolant reservoir is security mounted, not damaged, not leaking. All hoses are properly connected. The fluid levels are between the add and the full mark. If it needed fluid, if it needed coolant, I would not move the cap unless the engine is cool. Never remove the cap if the engine is hot. I'm going to come back over to the driver's side. I'm going to check the oil. To check the oil, I'll pull the dipstick out, wipe it off, reinsert it, pull it out again and check to make sure it's between the add and the full mark. If I need to add oil, I'll remove the oil fill tube cap and add oil there, and once again do that, pull it out, wipe it off, and make sure it's at the proper level between the add and the full mark. Also, I want to check around the dipstick and the fill tube, make sure it's security bound, not damaged, and it shows no signs of leaking. The power steering fluid reservoir is security mounted, not damaged, not leaking. All hoses are properly connected. If I need to add power steering fluid, I'll pull the dipstick out, which you see on the right, wipe it off, reinsert it, pull it out, make sure it's between the add and the full mark. Steering system. The steering gearbox is security mounted, not damaged, not missing any bolts. Power steering gearbox hoses are properly connected, not cracked, worn, and shows no signs of leaking. The steering system, the pitman arm, the drag link, and if you will look in the back, we can see the tie rod going from the left to the right. I'll inspect all these components, the pitman arm, drag link, and tie rod, make sure they're not worn, cracked, and at the joints and sockets are not worn or loose. Now, I'm going to go back and check my checkoff list. So we just did the front of the vehicle. We checked lenses. We checked the fluid levels. I checked that off. Fluid and air leaks. There's something I missed, and this is why we use the checkoff list. So let's go back and check that. Once again, in the beginning, I looked under the vehicle for fluid leaks. Also, we can go around, look on the side of the engine for any kind of oil that's on the engine. That's also an indication of a leak. But we did do it as we started our vehicle inspection. Air leaks. I'm going to check all air hoses in the engine compartment. Make sure they're properly connected. I'll be listening for leaks. I'll be checking such components as the air compressor, as security mounted, not damaged, not leaking, and it's gear driven. So that's good. Now, as I continue on my test, I'll be checking other items such as the brake also for air leaks. So once again, now we can check off the air leaks. We did the fluid, but we missed the air leaks. So that is why it is so important to always use the checklist. On the next video, we're going to go to steering axle, and then we'll continue on. if you're one of those students who need to learn piece by piece, this is a good way to do it. I'm going to just do it section by section by section by section, and that way, and once I have it down pat, I'll have it. Remember, there's 32 items. Also, if you remember too, I did check the leaning of the tractor to make sure it was leaning, and that's going to go back into my suspension system when I come on the next video. But it's easy to just knock it out right there as you approach your vehicle. Make sure the vehicle's not leaning to the left or right, and look under the vehicle for oil leaks. Okay, I hope this video is going to be some help to you, and I'll see you in the next run. Be safe out there.